Let's hear from Alexandria. Quick interview with her. So thanks for sticking around. Again, use the chat. Let's hear what you have to say, what you loved, and what you learned. Well, welcome back, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm really excited for our next guest. Her name is Alexandria Hallowell. So she's with LE Meals, which is a really exciting concept that actually started during the pandemic. So first off, Happy New Year, and thanks for being with us today. Do you want to give a quick, brief background on who LE Meals is and what the concept is?
Yeah, so LE Meals is, LE is actually short for Lavish Endeavors. And it is a fusion of Gullah Geechee cuisine and New Orleans-based cuisine. And Gullah Geechee is actually a mixture of West African states. During slavery, they were brought to the eastern coast from the top of Jacksonville, Florida to the Carolinas. And so instead of separating, they united and created the Gullah Geechee culture.
Awesome. And you started in, was it April or May of this year, correct?
Yes, I started in April with solely desserts and then in July with a full menu.
So there's already hundreds of bars and restaurants in Austin. Add a pandemic to it, which is really hard to drive sales and business. How have you managed to stand out amidst all the competition?
I think my cuisine, I want to say my customer service. I think my drive is just to make sure that anything that people eat from my menu is something that they could relate to and also take back with their family and enjoy. So I want to just say my principles of my business is kind of what has driven me, and just, yeah, absolutely the cuisine as well.
Yeah, and you've done an awesome job with press. I've seen you in Eater, I've seen you in Austin Chronicle, I've seen you in a lot of other publications. What's your advice and insight on how to work with journalists and how to get in with these media outlets to get more really, free marketing in that sense?
My advice would be to just continue reaching out. By the grace of God, I've had my customers do a lot of reaching out for me, and that started my initial press. And from there, I took my own initiative and just reached out myself and did marketing that way. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they say every great business should have at least 500 raving fans. Those are the people that come in and support your business no matter what. Sounds like that's kind of what you have your regulars do, is say, hey, reach out and spread the word. Even from day one of selling out, I think it was your neighbors actually made sure you guys sold out. So again, how are you driving sales? And obviously since April, we're kind of going up and down with restaurants and bars being open or closed. How are you navigating those times and continue to have people purchase more of LE Meals?
Google is super important. I use Google for everything as far as the Google ads. I do marketing in my actual bags that go out. So for example, for Favor, I have specific Favor marketing that goes in my Favor bags. And for my regular customers that come through the site, they have their specific marketing.
Oh, it's very smart. So how do you choose the ROI? So when it comes to Google ads and all these things, how much are you investing in and how much are you looking for impact on your business to say that was successful or not?
I also do Instagram ads, and in my Instagram ads, I usually try to put in a 10% of what I'm going to get back. And when I say what I'm going to get back, it's like I can look at the stats and see the customers that I've gained over whatever period of time. And usually it's a tremendous amount. I mean, Instagram has a great setup of connecting with customers quickly. It comes out as your advertisement runs. So instead of one lump sum up front, you'll see like little $1 to $2 increments in your account over a period of time. So it's just extremely feasible, to be honest.
I think what people get caught up on a lot is they don't know what image to use, right? Instagram is such a photogenic, obviously, platform. How are you choosing what to use for your imagery to drive sales? And have you experimented with, A and B testing to figure out, this one performs a lot better, let's do more of this type of imagery?
So that's where I think Instagram is great at too. They actually tell you which posts are doing the best before you actually begin promoting. And they give you the option to say, hey, this post has 90% more views than the rest of yours. Would you like to promote it? So I do it I use that technique. And also, I just kind of go from what I would like to see.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a foodie, so it's like I look at something, and if I feel like it would make me go crazy to see it, then I post it.
Very smart. Speaking of success, last year you also got invited to collaborate with VH1. You've gotten part of United Airlines and their employee portal for anybody who's coming through Austin. Talk about how that came about and how you hope to kind of leverage that for more success in 2021.
So the VH1 came about. I actually have a network that I've known for years. They were looking for vendors at the time, and just through our business relationship, I was able to get exposure to that and be their only Texas vendor in New York for the Black Ink Crew 1-year anniversary, which was super cool.
Yeah.
The United Airlines, my mother actually secured the bag for that one. So
Awesome.
She called me one day and just told me the great news, and that I was on the employee portal through one of her networks. So
yeah, that's great. So what are your expectations for 2021? If you were to kind of give a forecast, which I know most people don't have a crystal ball, but what are you expecting to come out of this next year?
I want to give my customers more unique products this year. I want to take it up a notch as far as my customer base, how many people I have now. I want to at least double that, double sales, obviously. And I just want to continue giving something to my customers that you don't normally see in the food industry. Now that I do mason jars with desserts, I've heard a couple people say in different states that they also do those, or they've seen that before, but it's still a unique product. And so I want to just continue giving out unique products, but with great food.
Yeah, and those mason jars look like a big hit. It's great, obviously, for to-go and delivery. Many places, including like this one that we're in, were known as a bar restaurant to visit. Now they're hopefully being known as a to-go and takeout place. So what's your advice for an operator who's trying to really build that off-premise revenue and designing packaging, designing the meals, designing the food? Like, how did you come about with those ideas? And as you said, you want to expand it. What's your insight for expansion and coming up?
My advice would be to do everything on your own as much as possible. If you have to source out, absolutely source out, at least in the beginning stages, because you'll save some money there. I actually have a leg up because I have a communications background. I graduated from University of Houston, so under my degree, I learned graphic designing. I learned different softwares and stuff like that. So I've literally designed everything on my own, the logos, the website, everything, but it just comes from my background. And they're not hard things to learn.
Yeah.
You can learn them without a degree. YouTube has everything. So I would just say source YouTube for a lot of things. And then if you need to source out, absolutely source out to just make sure you have the best product to represent your brand going out.
Do you use any certain sites for templates or any ideas there, or do you create everything from scratch?
I try to create everything from scratch. My recommendation would be Weebly or Wix. Those are two great ones for people who at least know the basics of websites.
Yeah, I know a lot of operators. Graphic River is another one that has a lot of the templates for you. You just search what you want. I want a marketing promotion for March for like St. Patrick's Day or for 4th of July, and you just got to plug in your data and your information, but you still need to know a little bit how to use it.
Right.
You know, as we head into this new year, you talk about other products that you want to build upon. What do those products look like? And you also talked about possibly looking at on-premise locations. You know, what is the next step for LE Meals?
LE Meals, the goal would be to have us in different states. I am considering franchising. I'm also considering a food truck locally. I know that I am working on a project right now called LE Nights, and that's going to be some type of hookah lounge / speakeasy in the area. As far as LE Meals unique things go, for my meal prep site, I'm looking into doing kind of parfaits in a jar. Which is something that I think would be super exciting for people, especially Austin. We're really big on vegan and compost out here. So those are two things that I'm really kind of focused on right now.
All right. Well, Alexandria, if 2020 is any example of what the future holds for you, I'm sure you'll be very successful with those endeavors. So we wish you the best of luck, and thank you so much for spending time with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Well, thanks everyone for joining. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back.